Hello people, welcome to our channel. I'm your host Shivang and today we are going to evaluate the much loved compact SUV from Kia, the Sonet. If we talk the visual character of this car, so this car comes with a very chunky bonnet with aerodynamic design, Kia logo up front and a very imposing tiger nose grille with prominent chrome touches. Coming to the headlights, you can see heartbeat DRLs with double Fs as turn indicators and these LED headlamps. Below you can see fog lamps, projector fog lamps, but these are not LED, these are halogen. Here you can see a skid plate. Coming to the side profile of this car, you can see chunky black body cladding, ORVM with turn indicators, chrome door handles, roof rail which is obviously not functional, a fuel lid, and here you can see a glossy black treatment which looks nice. These diamond cut alloy wheels looks modern. Talking about the tires, you have MRF rubber and the profile is 215/60 R16 on par with the competition. Although this is based on the Hyundai Kia's K platform shared with the Venue, Kia has upped the ground clearance of this car. For instance, Venue has 190 mm ground clearance and this one has 205 mm ground clearance. Roof of this car houses a sunroof and a shark fin antenna, which are the trending norms. Observing the rear profile of this car, Kia has provided a glossy black touch here which looks nice. Here you have high stop mount lamp, defogger, wiper and a washer integrated in high stop mount lamp. Complementing the front heartbeat headlights, you have the heartbeat tail lights seemingly connected due to this delicately placed reflectors. Here you can see a smartly placed rear view camera, badging of Kia, badging of Sonet and obviously badging of TGDI 1 liter turbo engine. Below TGDI badging you have reflectors and below reflectors you have dual fake exhaust. Let's talk the boot space of this car. So Venue has a larger front overhang whereas this car has a larger rear overhang, which translates into a bigger boot than the Venue. For instance, this car has 392 liters boot space whereas Venue has 350 liters boot space. And here you can see a boot lamp and here is the subwoofer of the Bose speaker system. Here is the parcel tray. Also, one major drawback of this car is that it does not comes with a 60/40 split, which is a very handy feature. Finding the spare tire of this car, you have a 195/65 R15 tire, which is a smaller tire than the usual. Before driving this car, let's unlatch the bonnet and catch a glimpse of the engine bay. This is the 1 liter turbo GDI engine and this GDI stands for gasoline direct injection. This 1 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine produces 120 PS of power at 6000 RPM. Let's see what's interior ambience of this car packs. Third of the door feels promising and the leatherite grab handles with white stitching feels upmarket. Dashboard of this car has a futuristic appeal. This car comes with a dual tone interior, black and white. Here you have vertical AC vents which have a very good throw. Then this rectangular slab houses a 10.25 inch infotainment system and this instrument cluster with NMID. Coming here you have a hazard lights button. Then you have AC controls and defoggers, and here you have ventilated seat controls both for the driver and co-driver, and here you have camera view. At driver side door you have Twitter housing here, then you have silverish door openers, Coming to the controls, here are the ORVM controls, here are the power window controls. Only the driver side power window is illuminated. Then here you have some storage space where you can put some coins. Below you have speaker housing, and here you can see 1 liter bottle holder. For convenience, this car has ton of storage spaces. You can put for your phone in here, and if you want to charge your phone, you have a 12 volt charging socket, fast integrated USB port for fast charging, and a USB port for connecting with this 10.25 inch MID. You can put your phone in here too. Then you have 2 cup holders, and you can put the car key or your phone in here. Then you have a center armrest with storage space, which gets eaten up by this air purifier, but still it's decent. I feel glove box of this car lacks storage space. Above you have a co-driver side grab handle, this co-driver side sun visor with a mirror, cabin halogen lights, driver side sun visor with a toll receipt holder. Then here you have a much loved sunroof. These are the sunroof controls. For the rear passengers, you have a cabin light too. And for the driver, you have auto dimming IRVM, which comes handy at night. Kia has provided a very robust and sporty steering. Here are the controls of the infotainment system. These are the volume controls. These are the controls for the track change. And in middle you have a horn. This car has a very loud horn. Here are the controls for the MID and the cruise control. You can see sonnet badging in here. Here you have engine start stop button and headlight leveler. Let's switch on this car. Talking about the instrument cluster of this car, you have an analog tachometer, analog fuel gauge, and some warning lights in here. And you have a digital speedometer, and this is a very nice looking MID. And this shows compass, tire pressure monitor, and fuel economy. Front seat of this car is comfortable, has a very good bolster support, but are not wide enough, although this ventilated seat feature is a breeze considering our weather conditions. Entering the rear seat of this car, the door opens quite wide. Ingress and egress has no issue. Here you have the same leatherite touch and power window controls, and a 1 liter bottle holder and a speaker. Also, I feel this car lacks space when it comes to rear seats. The under thigh support is not sufficient. Headroom is good. For the rear passengers, they can see the AQI due to this air purifier, integrated air purifier, rear AC vents, fast charging USB port, and some storage space in here. Then you have a quarter glass, so the rear passengers don't feel claustrophobic. Also, you have an rear center armrest with 2 cup holders, and you have adjustable headrest. Let's drive this car. Before that, this car is an IMT, so there is no clutch, but there's manual gears. So to start this car, you have to hold on to the brakes and press the push start stop button, and it comes to life. So let's engage the first gear, and there she goes. So this car runs at a speed of 8 km/h without any acceleration input. Now if we accelerate this, so gearbox is very slick shifting, and turbo gets on at around 2000 rpm, and it has a nice power band from 2000 up to 6000 rpm. Let's check the turning radius of this car. So this is a very grunty engine and quite refined too. Talking about the steering of this car, so this steering feels very robust and sporty, but the feel of this steering is not up to the mark, and it's quite light, but the accuracy is very low if we talk about the competition. Suspension of this car is on a stiffer side, so highway performance is a breeze, and its wider tire complements it. Braking performance of this car is adequate, but not very promising. Talking about the wipers, the spray is very strong and wiper cleans the windshield quite well.
So that's our short assessment of the Kia Sonet. And to sum up, I would like to say, if you are in the market looking for the most premium experience in a subcompact SUV, the Sonet is the way to go. If you like our content, you can subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.